Welcome, race fans, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. Tonight in the booth is myself, Charles. We are alone here tonight, still looking for that second chair. But as you can see, there are a lot of things going on here. First and most importantly, we are at Sonoma with some right-hand turns, as well as if you see in the top left corner of your screen, that does not look like the normal overlays. We are debuting our brand new overlays here for tonight. So we have a lot of stuff to go over. Should be some really good racing here. 40 laps is what they have here tonight in the fixed Xfinity cars. But before we go through all of that, we want to go through all of the sponsors here for tonight's race. And we'll start with the racing side of things. Of course, ourselves here at VRN coming on board this season. If you're looking to watch some great racing, stay tuned here, subscribe. You'll be notified of all upcoming events, as well as Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm for all your beard product needs. All natural and organic stuff. Make sure you check out this product. It is a very good product, and it is the perfect time to buy some of this, folks, as it is November, and for all you gentlemen out there with a beard, that means, of course, it is No Shave November. And this is the Walls Beard Co. No Shave November 100. So make sure you head on over to wallsbeardco.com and pick some of this product up, as it is the perfect time and you're going to need some. So definitely check them out there. Also doubling as a sponsor here for tonight's broadcast as well. So again, make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com. Northwest Racing Series, they are the official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race, and of course they are here for a long time. We'll be broadcasting them till 2020 at the minimum. I'm sure we'll extend that later on once we get closer to the end of that season, but we are here to cover all of their Monday and Wednesday night series at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Ohio IndyCar League. So make sure you check these guys out. They are no longer just taking Ohio club members. You can get all the latest information at facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League, as they are a great IndyCar league to get involved with if you're looking to get IndyCar racing into your life here on iRacing. And last but not least, that is Sim Speed Shop. Actually, not last but not least, we forgot one there, but simspeedshop.com. Make sure you check these guys out for custom-made button boxes. Definitely a must for all your custom button boxes and e-brake needs for all sim racers. And for some reason, I guess we didn't get around to doing it. These are new overlays. We do have iBog, of course, if you're looking to get into broadcasting or just need some overlays made. Make sure you check them out. Again, ibog.co. Not sure how that logo did not make it in here, as this is, of course, a brand new set of overlays. We just must not have got in there. I thought we did, but we didn't, so we do apologize to Jason Allison for that. We will have that in there by next race tomorrow night. That being said, we have 16 minutes left on the clock right now before we get into the national anthem and qualifying coming up here in just a bit. We have a lot of stuff going on here tonight. Again, just looking right now, Jeff Stabnow is our fastest driver here in the session with a minute 14:029. Currently right behind him is Brian Barnes with a minute 14:621. So a lot of great times being put in. We have about 4 people running 14s, and we have some 15s, 16s, and some 17s in here as well. Again, these are fast laps. We'll see what they do once these tires wear off. And this is a very interesting night of racing. It is the No Shave November 100, presented by Walls Beard Co., as well as there's no cautions here tonight. There'll be local cautions, but there will be no actual full course cautions here because it's a road course. So these guys are really going to have their work cut out for them here. We have heard that this setup is not the greatest. It is not picked by these drivers. It is just the iRacing setup. So that will make it pretty tricky. It's going to make it a little bit hard to handle. These guys are pros, though. They know what they're doing, and they do it very well. So we'll be watching to see who comes out on top here. Most notably here, out of the 11 drivers that we do see here, we don't see, so far, I don't see two very fast drivers. Jason Berg has not made it yet. Neither has Sean Brightsman. So those two drivers I expect to see here, but not here at the moment. We'll be looking to see if those drivers could show up here shortly. But before we do that, we do want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. I know it's a late night, but we want to thank everybody that has shown up here. Again, we will have qualifying coming up here in just a minute. We are a little limited on our overlays here tonight. Not everything did get in. We are still working on that, but we'll be pushing out what we can here as soon as we can. So a lot of stuff still in the works, but we wanted to debut these here tonight, so give us just a moment. We are going to step away here for just a moment. We're going to pull a driver up to the booth, at least one, and we're going to get a quick interview with him, and we may go on board here with a lap with one of these drivers. So give us just a minute, and we'll see who we're going to pull up here into the booth for a pre-race interview. All right, we are back here, ladies and gentlemen. 12 and a half minutes left on the clock. We have tracked down what was the 35, now the 00 of Chris White. So welcome to the booth first, Chris. This time as a driver, not here in the booth. So what are your thoughts on this track? I know a lot of people are not real happy with this track. It's just a very tough track.
Well, it certainly is a tough one, Charles. It's obviously a road course, so here we're going left and right. A lot of patience needed here. You got to hit your marks. There's upshifting, downshifting, you're braking. It's gonna be tough to pass, tough to get around this track. But you gotta be on your marks. Otherwise, if you get off the track, spin out, you're gonna be playing catch up for sure.
Well, definitely playing catch-up is not where you want to be here. No full course cautions. We thought this track was kind of fitting, as this is No Shave November, no cautions. We basically have no overlays, so a lot of no's going on here tonight. So hopefully no is not the theme for the actual race. Obviously, yes would rather be the theme. Yes, let's put that thing in victory lane. We do see here, looking at our stats, that you have been as high as first here in practice. You're currently sitting in fourth. So there are some really fast times from Jeff Stabnow, Brian Barnes, Josh Coley. As far as those 114s go, are those consistent times, or is that more of a fast lap? And will we see those times from you and these other guys during the race, or will you probably be a little bit more conservative?
Yeah, I finally got into that 1 minute 14-second bracket. Just as soon as I did, it looks like some of these other guys coming in here, like Jeff and Brian, certainly got up there and bypassed me. 1 minute 14 is pretty fast, but that's pretty much hitting the marks and trying to shoot a fast lap there. I guarantee that these times are going to fall off pretty quick, and you're going to see a bunch slower laps during the race. You're going to see guys be cautious, take their time. I mean, in a sense of it being a race, and you're not really taking your time, but, you know, just so that you don't screw up and make mistakes. Mistakes are going to hurt no matter what they are.
Yeah, and this track being a little bit different than most. Of course, you're turning right. You don't typically do that with the Xfinity cars. The other thing is the fact that we don't have a rolling start. We have a standing start. We opted to get someone in here because we didn't want to have to ask Jeff this question. But how crucial is that start there on that race to not get that black flag?
I don't know if you want to bring it up to Jeff. You might jinx him there, but yeah, it's a standing start, so it's a little different than the rolling start that we're used to. So we're not rolling to the green flag. We're just sitting there and waiting for it to fly. And when it flies, we jam it in the first gear and go. Hopefully, you don't spin those rear tires and spin out there on the start. But you just got to watch your gearbox there. Make sure you're not sitting in first gear or something. Keep your foot on the brake, because if your car moves, that black flag can come out. And if that black flag comes out, you're pretty much coming from the back and playing catch up. That's a mistake right there. You don't want.
Yeah, definitely do not want that. Last thing here before we let you go, pit stops. Have you had a chance to do a fuel run here or get an estimate on laps? I know there's 40, and last we guessed we were thinking it'd be a one-stop race here about halfway, but we could be off on that by far.
To be honest, Charles, I certainly haven't put in a full fuel run here. That's a lot of track time there. I'm just trying to get a solid feel for the car, and I think I've got that. Got a fast car, the 00 now, Chevy Camaro with SimStar Motorsports on board. It's going to be a good race, and we're looking forward to it. As far as pit stops, I'm guessing with 40 laps, you're going to see guys try to shoot past halfway. So maybe that 21, 22, 23 lap range, you'll probably see guys come in and get tires and fuel.
Oh, definitely. We'll be looking for that. Pit stop's going to be important, but with as big as this track is, you could probably get away with a little mistake, but you don't want to make a big one. So before we let you go, of course, we know you got some sponsors, and shout-outs to who would those be here for just getting you to the race tonight.
Once again, I'm in the 00 for the rest of the season. New number change there. SimStar Motorsports on board. Our Chevy Camaro. Got to thank you guys, VRN, doing the broadcast. Awesome week in and week out. Waltz Beard Co. over there supporting this series, sponsoring these races, and doing so much for us to come out here and enjoy ourselves. And it's a fun series to be in, and can't wait for the playoffs to start. You know, it's coming up quick.
It definitely is coming up very quick. We'll be there before you know it. You're locked in, so this race not is going to be tough on you as it will for some people. That being said, we're going to step away here for just one moment. It should be our last time before we get to the National Anthem and qualifying, so we'll be right back here in just a few moments. All right, we are back there again. That was the new 00 of Jeff. Wow, apologize, Jeff and Chris, but the 00 of Chris White got Jeff stabbed now on the brain, as I was just talking to him a second ago. But we hope everybody has a great race here. This, as we were talking about just a few minutes ago, this is a very, very tough track. Not only do you have left turns, right turns, you have elevation changes. You go up and down. You have some straightaways here where you can get a little bit of a speed. And then right after that, you have some really sharp turns. As you can see right here on your screen, you see the drag strip, and right at the end of that drag strip where they start is a long turn and then a long straightaway and then a turn right before pits. So there is a lot of different places around here. There are actually 10 different turns in this track versus your 4. So that's 6 more turns you have to work for, and they're not all just little bitty left-hand turns that are perfectly laid out for speed. They are very tricky. So these guys will have to be on top of their A game here coming into tonight's race. We'll definitely be watching. We do have Sean Brightsman here now as well. Still, we do not have Jason Berg. We really thought we would see him here tonight, as he has been so dominant at these road courses, and he's a very fast driver in general. So I'll be looking to see if we do see him later on tonight. Maybe he'll show up here. He does have 5 minutes plus the probably 10 minutes for qualifying. So we'll be covering that here shortly. But if you're just tuning in, of course, and myself here in the booth, of course, Charles, here all alone. We are looking for that second chair, as well as this is the Walls Beard Co. No Shave November 100. I know we got Kamikaze out there with us, so thanks for tuning in here tonight amongst a lot of other people that are out there. So definitely thanks for tuning in, even though it is a late night broadcast. There you go. Happy birthday. We will not be broadcasting in 3 days. We are off now on Thursdays for a while, so happy birthday. I'm sure I'll see you over in the New Egg Discord as well, so we'll make sure to give you a shout out there as well. So happy birthday, early birthday to Kamikaze in chat. So definitely, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're new here tonight, you should know what to do. Hit that subscribe button as well as the little bell to be notified of all upcoming events. And definitely hit that thumbs up button if you like the racing here tonight. You can hit it now or you can hit it later. Hopefully you'll enjoy it here tonight. Some great racing. Nobody, of course, led any laps, but still the fastest time is with Jeff Stabnow with 1:14.029 with 3.5 minutes coming up on the clock. We are going to take a lap around this track here, as we do have the 00 coming up to the start finish line. So let's drop down here to that 00 of Chris White, as he is out on the track right now. So let's go to his roll bar camera right there, as we'll go pull up our on-board camera. One lap around this track with the 00 of Chris White. So we're going to radio sign here as you ride along with him. And right as we say that, he is going to put it into the grass. So let's see who else we have on the track, as looks like he is going to do it. So we'll go over here to Sean Brightsman and bring back that onboard camera. We'll see, let you get a feel for this track, just how you get around this one. There's the 00. He's going to have to slow down to get around him. This is, shows you this elevation. As they're going uphill right now, then they're going to go downhill. And you have a downhill coming up to a very sharp turn here, as you have to get right in there. It looks wider than it is. You have to be very careful there. You cannot go all the way to where you think you can. You have to turn a little bit sooner, coming into another sharp turn after a straightaway, coming into the S's here, as you'll see why it's called that. You go back and forth here like a little S or a snake, whatever you want to call it. Then you have a long sweeping turn right here. They do not use the straightaway. This is the cup configuration, so they have the little bend there. And then right here, he'll have to hit the brakes, come around this corner. You can go a little faster than you might think around here. Then here, you would pit right there if you're going in, but he's not. He's going to slow way down, get in here close to those tires, and come around the corner. And he will come to one more little corner right here, a very fast corner. And there is your start-finish line right there. So that was a lap around this track with the 46 of Sean Brightsman. So again, just a single lap there with Brightsman, as he shows you just how to get around this track. It is time to get to the National Anthem, though, so we will be right back here in just a few moments after your National Anthem with qualifying.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, we are back. Qualifying is officially underway. They do have 10 minutes on the clock as we're going to jump over here and get to our main camera. As you're watching the 33 of Josh Coley come out onto the track, we'll go ahead and pull up your qualifying charts here. There you see everybody. Nobody has officially put in a time just yet, but we'll see here. We'll give them time to get around this track. As right now, Chris White, Josh Coley, James Paulson, and Brian Barnes are out on the track. Nobody else is just yet, so we'll give those guys a lap to go around this track and to get warmed up to see what kind of times they will put in. Hopefully everybody out there enjoying the new overlays here, as we have spent a long time getting these made, but they are here tonight, and we still have a lot of work to do on them here. In the grand scheme of things, we'll tweak them and do this and that to them to get them all going the way we like them, but for the most part they are here. Just some minor things that do need to put in, so definitely something we have been very passionate about and putting in place, and we have a lot in store. You haven't seen all of it yet. There is more still to come, again, we will have some more stuff to pull up here in just a little bit. Definitely we were going for professional, clean, crisp, and informational. That was the theme for this theme. Anyway, as you're watching the 33 of Josh Coley, again, we're just waiting for these drivers to put in their first lap, and nobody has done so yet. Right now the 33 is on his first timed lap, but of course has not put in a time just yet. Now let's see if we can, we're going to test some stuff here as well. And we indeed can. So here we go. We got some new stuff going on. We can actually see people that are on track at the moment. So let's switch over here to the 30 of James Paulson. We'll go ahead and pull up your driver bar as well, and we'll see. He is going to be the first one to come to the line and officially put in a time. We'll see what it's going to be, as we have a capability of knowing where everyone is on the track on the back end now. We are very excited about that, and he will put in a minute 14:676. Next is going to be the 33 of Josh Coley, and he will put a minute 15:596, followed by Brian Barnes with a minute 14:902, and Jeff Stabnow out on the track right now. We'll switch over to the 4 here. Brian Barnes, he's actually about to put in another lap here, so let's switch over to the 24, Jeff Stabnow. He is on his first time lap at the moment, so we'll see what he's going to put in as far as the timed laps go. That's right there. Putting in not sure, that's not 100% accurate, but not sure what is going on there here. We're going to take a look at that and see. Something's not accurate. That we may have to look into that again. Is it showing him coming to the line? It's probably something to do with the fact that we are in qualifying, so we'll have to tweak on that. We do apologize. So we'll bring it back just to our driver that we are following here. But we are following Jeff Stabnow, who is showing right now he is going through the S's, and that is correct. He has not put in a time just yet. Josh Coley, though, going to put in a time just now of 1:14.740 to put himself in second place. Chris White with 1:15.014 on his last lap to put himself in fourth place. He'll go back to Jeff Stabnow as he's getting ready to put in his lap. We'll see what kind of time he will put in here as he is coming around the last corner here. Well, next to last anyway. As we'll see right here, he comes around the little sweeping turn and the start-finish line right there. He will put in 1:14.869, 870 as it rounds up. That will put him in fifth place so far with a very fast time. And at the top of the charts on his last lap, 1:14.617. That is going to be Chris White in that 00 machine. You see here with the new overlays, we'll see, based on this, we'll know where they started, what their highest and lowest position has been coming or during the race, as well as how far the leader is ahead, behind, and in front. So a lot of information we can deliver to you here tonight. We'll see John Ottenbacher, though, just put a 1:15.850 in. And as usual, Sean Breisman, the road course master here, putting in 1:14.272 to put himself on pole, as we have seen him be very quick, and no surprise that he is going to do it again as he's coming around the corner here, going to the little straightaway here. This is one of a few straightaways. It's not even that long of a straightaway, but it is something before you get right into a sharp turn. We'll be watching everybody very closely here tonight. Again, no cautions here. There are no full course cautions, all local cautions. So you can see everyone that is there very clearly. Hopefully you're definitely watching that. I'm not sure why the position is not showing up here for qualifying, so we're going to have to look into that, as that should be showing their position here as they qualify. They're over there on the left-hand side. But David Applegate out on the track right now, and he does not have a position at the moment, so we are going to have to do some work here. So we do apologize for that, as the 23 of David Applegate is not on his time lap. This is a warm-up lap right now. He's coming to the line, so we'll see what his time will be. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and pull something up really quick here, as we'll get rid of your qualifying. Let's pull up your track facts real fast. As we have mentioned before, we are here at Sonoma Raceway. You have 10 turns at this track. This track is 1.96 miles long. You have 2 laps for qualifying, 4 miles. Again, this is the qualifying one. We'll go over the race here in a minute. Right now, your track temp is 86 degrees. Your air temp is 78 degrees. Wind speed 2 miles per hour out of the north. So no surprise there. That's the typical weather. But they have 2 laps here with 4 miles to basically get around this track. As that's rounded. We'll see the 23. David Applegate is on his first lap at the moment. We'll see exactly where he stacks in, and we'll go ahead and put your qualifying back up there. As again, we have a few little bugs we have to work out, but so far, so good here as far as it goes. We have 2 minutes left on the clock. Some great racing. And we got a Chris Walters fan out there. Good to see you in chat there, Taylor. So awesome to have fans of these drivers out there watching. David Applegate going to put in a 1:16.967 to put himself in 9th place. And Chris Walters, by the way, ran a, as you can see on the screen there, 1:17.714 in 12th place right now. Stephen Paulson has not come out onto the track just yet. Corey Walters just put in a 1:33. Obviously, 1:17.390 is his fastest time. So we'll see. That is basically going to wrap it up here for qualifying. David Applegate will be the last one to put in his second lap. At this point, Stephen Paulson does not have time to go out and put a lap in. We'll see. With 1:08 to go, David Applegate should have time to put in a lap. He bobbled there just a little bit on this lap, so I don't think it's going to be any better. But we'll see. He's coming through the big sweeping turn here, coming into a sharp turn before the straightaway. We'll see right there. He's in the big sweeping turn, and he's onto the straightaway. Again, right there would be where you go to pit if you were going to come down pit road. Obviously, you're not going to here in qualifying. He's going to slow way down for the very, very sharp hairpin turn. And then he will come to the start-finish line, and we'll see. Again, I don't think this time's going to be any better. And it is going to be, actually is, that bobble didn't hurt him. 1:16.913, still in 9th place, though, as he is going to shut it down. That will do it for qualifying. We're going to step away. When we come back, it will be time for your Walls Beard Co. starting grid. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to drop down here and get to the grid. We're going to go ahead and get ready to get this thing started, as we will get to the track. And your Walls Beard Co., even though we don't have the logo in there just yet, your Walls Beard Co. starting grid here for tonight. Row 1 is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman and the 00 of Chris White. Row 2 is going to be the 30 of James Paulson and the 33 of Josh Coley. Row 5 is going to be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow and the 4 of Brian Barnes. Row 4 here, sorry about that. Row 4 is going to be the 89 of John Ottenbacher and the 28 of William Fletcher. Row 5 is going to be the 23 of David Applegate and the 73 of Dell Winnenberg. Row 6 is going to be the 9 of Corey Walters and the 36 of Chris Walters. So both Walters on the back row here. And row 7 on the actual very back row is going to be the 58 of Stephen Paulson. So we'll see. It looks like so far the only driver to not take to the grid is Chris White, and he has done so now. Your race leader is the 46 of Sean Brightsman, and they are getting ready to get the green flag. There it is. Green flag is in the air. We are racing after a standing start. Everybody looks to do good. Nobody missed that start there or jumped the start at all. So it looks like we will be good to go here racing. No black flags early in this race as we are racing once again. And look back here, we already have the 00 of Chris White going off. And it looks like we got some more drivers going off. It looks like maybe the 33 of Josh Coley goes off the racing surface as well. We have 40 laps on the books. Again, no cautions here tonight. But we'll be looking to cover all of the action. We'll have to see who goes where. And so far, so good. We've had a few go off, but it looks like most people are hanging in there. Let's go back here. Let's go to TV1 here. See if we can get a better view. There we go. This entire field and just how these cars are getting around here. So definitely some good battling going on early. Oh, we got Fatal in chat. Welcome to chat here. But right here you see these guys are coming around to complete lap number 1 here. And so far, nobody has gone off. Jeff Stabnow, though, getting a little out of shape coming around that corner. Again, this is a very, very tough track. We talked about it earlier in the pre-race show. So it's going to be very difficult to get around. We'll bring those track facts back up real fast as we're watching the 24. 10 turns, 1.96 miles, 40 laps is what we have here tonight. 79 miles is what we are running here tonight. This track temp still 86 degrees. So we'll be watching that track temp to see maybe if it goes up or down. I don't think it'll fluctuate too much, if any at all. We do have that here readily available, so we can pull it up if need be. But we are also watching this entire field. And something here to note is we will go back, I believe, to the 89 if we can find him real fast. Not showing him There he is, John Ottenbacher. I think our charts are a little off. It's showing him way off the pace. That is not correct, so we'll just go back to the one we're following here. As there he is coming to the sharp turn. They're about to complete lap number 2. And I thought I saw someone pull on pit road. I did not, though. Oh, we did indeed. We're going to have Brian Barnes coming down pit road early here. No damage, though, so this is interesting as he won't go a lap down, but coming down pit road early in this race on lap 2 and now lap 3. I don't see any damage, so this is going to be interesting. We'll keep tabs on him to see what happens as far as pit stop here. As he is going to pull down pit road. The question is it going to be 4 tires and fuel? He is getting right side tires. We're going to keep that very close here. And there is left sides going up as well. If he had a penalty, it would not be able to get fuel and tires. So, not sure. He's still sitting on pit road. He is going to pull off now. So, not sure what that stop was about. Just maybe he's going to try to push it, but we figured they'd come in around lap 22 or so. That's very surprising there. But right now, James Paulson is leading this race. We'll go ahead and pull that driver bar up for you here. So you can see his highest is now first as he just took the lead. So we'll see where everyone, Sean Brightsman right there. His highest is not 5th, lowest 5th. He was on pole, so something not right there with the highest and lowest. We may have to readjust that, so we do apologize, as something is just not quite right there, as we know he started on pole. So obviously his highest wouldn't be 5th place, so something definitely not working right. But right now, your top 5, hopefully this is working here for us. After 3 laps completed is the 30 of Paulson, the 24 Stabnow, the 00 of White, the 46 of Brightsman, and the 89 of Ottenbacher. Those are your top 5 drivers here after 4 laps now. 3 completed. We're on lap number 4. And everyone's really getting spread out here. We've had a few drivers pit. But you got a little battle going on here between Josh Coley and the 73 of Dell Winenberg. This is a battle currently for 7th position. So we'll keep an eye on this one. Will the 33 be able to get by him is the question. So definitely something to be looking forward to here. Yeah, we're not sure. We figured they'd only be able to make it about 22 laps on fuel here. So if they can make this almost to the end of the race, that would have been that strategy there. But again, no damage, so we'll definitely be watching to see how that strategy works out for him. The 33 does have some damage. Looks like he got into the wall there, or possibly another driver early. He would have to have been well off course to get into the wall, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Looks like the 73 got some damage as well when we were watching someone else. So that's the problem with road courses. It's so hard to keep track of this. But we are trying our best here. So there you can see the 73 of Dell Winenberg did get some damage to that car as he started at 10th. He's in 10th right now. His highest was up to 7th place. So we'll be seeing if he can get back up there into this race here shortly. Well, let's see. He's trying to run down the 36 right now of Chris Walters. And we'll see if that someone was coming down. They're not. And a lot of people with damage here. We may have had some damage there. A little pileup that we just didn't see. Again, it's so difficult to keep an eye on every single driver when they're all spread out like this. But we do our best. Here comes the 73, though, trying to get by that 36 of Chris Walters. It is Dan Winenberg trying to get by Chris Walters. Couldn't complete the pass there. He'll have to keep digging and see what he can do to try to take that pass. Jeff Stabnow still in 2nd place right now. We'll pull that up really quick for his driver bar as he started 5th. His lowest is 5th. His highest is 2nd place right now. Let's go back here to Brightsman here. Again, I'm beginning to think it doesn't count where you started. Must count after lap 1 or something, because his highest should have been first. That's where he started. But it's showing fourth. That is where he's at right now, trying to run down the 00 of Chris White, who is locked into the chase. We'll see. He's in third. That is his highest. Started second. Oh, and he's going to go and coming into the line. It's not showing a lowest for him, as it would be third if he started there. So we'll see if that does update here shortly. But so far, not updating here, as the lowest has been third place for Chris White. We'll keep an eye on that. Sean Brightsman trying to get by him. Again, you're watching a battle for third position, a podium finish here tonight. We'll see, can he get by him is the question. So far, he is right there on his back bumper, just unable to complete the pass, as he will take it to the inside now, and I think he'll probably get by him here as they dive it into the corner. No, he's going to close the door, and he's not going to let him by. So Chris White in that 00 machine will close the door on the 46. Sean Brightsman not let him by. Notably here, though, we want to note that fastest lap so far in this race belongs to Sean Brightsman with a minute 14.660, followed by Brian Barnes with a minute 14.850. Brian Barnes sitting back in 13th position after coming down pit road. So second fastest driver here in the race, but currently just well off the rest of the group because of pitting. So strategy in play here tonight. To your leader, though, James Paulson, excuse me, having some connection issues here tonight. Right behind him is Jeff Stabnow. Could Jeff Stabnow get his first road course win here to our knowledge? Since we have been here broadcasting this series, this would be Jeff Stabnow's first road course win. We have seen him run very close to the leader, but was a lap down. So it would be very interesting to see if he can possibly pull away a win here in the road course at Sonoma, the track that nobody likes. Everybody hates this track. That's going to be something to look into to see if indeed that may be the case. Could he do it? Could he pull the upset here and get the win? Let's go back a little bit here and talk about David Applegate in the 23 machine. Started ninth, not showing a lowest right now, as he is in 7th place right now. His highest has been 6th place. He has not been here racing in quite some time. He has been in the booth with us before, but he has been dealing with school and other things and just hasn't been able to race. So after taking a huge hiatus, he is back racing, currently 7th position. So we'll be looking to see how he does here tonight, and if he can possibly get that machine into a top 5. Right now sitting just outside in 7th place. Let's go here to, we know we got some fans of Chris Walters in that 36 machine, getting a little loose there coming into the little turn, or the hairpin turn as we like to call it, the really sharp turn. He's currently in 10th place right now. We'll pull that information up again. Has started 12th. Lowest was 12th and highest is 9th. Currently, though, in 10th place. So struggling there just a little bit to get back to where he was, where his highest was anyway, in 9th place. So we'll see if he can get by the 73 of Dale Winenberg, who's just at him with quite a bit of damage. We're going to go back up to the front here as we're watching this battle for the lead. Jeff Stabnow really having to lock up the brakes. He gets into the back of Paulson. That's going to give them both damage. Jeff Stabnow having probably the worst damage there, as his is to the front of the car versus the back of the 30. Good news is this isn't a super speedway. They're really not going to be affected too much by speed. Handling going to be an issue, though, as James Paulson blinks out just a little bit. Let's go on board here as we'll go to the roll bar camera as we go on board with Jeff Stabnow. He's running and down your leader. So far, just hasn't quite been able to pass him. He has been right there, though, and really pushing him to his limits. As you see right there, he'll close that gap. That little contact they made definitely hindered both of them a little bit, but Jeff, I think, got the worst end of it as he fell way back here Right now, your race leader is James Paulson. He has led all 8 laps that have been completed. We're on lap 10. We are 1/4 of the way. When we cross the line anyway, we'll be a quarter of the way done with this race already. As you see him trying to run him down, just not quite being able to get there at the moment here. As we're going to go back to our main camera and go back here. Chris White has kind of separated himself from the 46 of Sean Breitzman. That was a battle for 3rd place. It's still there, but it's not quite as close as it was earlier. The 46 taking that turn a little bit wider than the 00. Chris White, who takes it as close as he possibly can to those tires without hitting them. Note that those tires will not move. They are glued in place. They will not move. If you hit them, it is going to cost you some time and potentially get the 46 as well if he's unable to avoid it. So very dangerous spot there, riding that close, but he's doing a fantastic job of doing so. There's your 5th place car of John Ottenbacher in that 89 machine. Currently sitting in 5th place. Josh Coley right back there in 6th place, trying to make a top 5 finish for himself just outside. Here's David Applegate and William Fletcher right there together, so we may have a battle coming together there shortly between those two. It looks like Fletcher going to have some issues here connecting as he is back once again. He is back racing, and note here that Brian Barnes got by the 58 of Stephen Paulson. So he pitted earlier. He is now in 12th place. He has passed Stephen Paulson for 13th. So good news for him is he is starting to pass people after coming down pit road very early here with what I believe was a strategy move to try to get the win. We'll see if that strategy pays off here. We'll go back to the front as Stephen Paulson going to have some more connection issues. There he is, 2nd place, 3rd, 4th, all right there together. This could get very interesting. We'll be watching this little group here, as that's 1st and 2nd that you see right there. That's 2nd place, there's 1st place, but look back here again. Not only has the 46 reeled in the 00, again, Breitzman reeling in White. They've both reeled in Jeff Stabnow, and all 3 of them have reeled in your leader of James Paulson. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right now, battling really close here on the track. That's where we're going to stay. All these guys running minute 15s, minute 16s. So very close together. They're very close on the track. Again, you couldn't ask for a more interesting development here on the road course. Usually they get really spread out, but that is not the case here. Right now, this track has moved up 1 degree from 86 degrees to 87 degrees. Again, you're looking at 79 miles is what they have here for the Walls Beard Co. No Shave November 100 at Sonoma. You're watching it here on Virtual Racing Network. I am your host, of course, Charles, in the booth here tonight. No second chair with us tonight, as it's becoming an intense battle between Sean Breitzman and Chris White. Let's go back here, see this battle starting to come together as well. 0.75 separating the front 2, and then now Jeff Stabnow going to get a little piece of that dirt there. That's going to throw some dust into the air. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go back to 3rd place of Chris White in the 00 machine. Sean Breitzman going to take it wide, going to try to get something going here. Just not quite able to do so. Thank you there, Fatal. Again, we're glad to have everybody here tonight. I know we got a decent crowd here for a late night. It is 11 o'clock here Central Time. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. If you're on iRacing and looking to get into broadcasting or at least commentating, we are looking for a second chair here on Monday and Wednesday nights. They are late, but it's definitely worth it here, as you're watching both Sean Breitzman and Chris White reel in Jeff Stabnow. And meanwhile, though, James Paulson has pulled away to a 1.366 second lead. A very, very good lead here for him. So we'll see if indeed he can possibly make something happen here. Hopefully you enjoy the new overlays. We still have quite a bit to do. We will be working on them again Wednesday and Friday as well. So it definitely still a lot of work to do. We got some bugs to work out as well, but overall a very good, as it looks like James Paulson really going to lock up the brakes getting into that corner. Again, that you're watching first, second, third, and fourth. That is Paulson, Stabnow, White, and Brightsman right now are your front four. You have to go quite a ways back here to John Ottenbacher right there, just now coming through the S's. And then sixth place, Josh Coley, even further back. So a lot of gaps between drivers. But right now, your front four, not so much. That's why we're staying up there. Here as we'll see, Brian Barnes has now made up a few spots. He's up to 9th place after that pit stop early. As he gained several spots, he's gotten by Chris Walters, Dan Wendenberg, Steve Paulson, and Corey Walters. So we're going to keep a very close eye on him as we'll pull that driver bar up real fast. Started in 6th place, lowest was 13th, and his highest was 6th, of course, that being where he started here tonight. We'll take a look here to the front, and we really just want to go back to these. Chris White is now Sean Brightsman, while we were watching the four, does get by Chris White to take that position of 3rd place to put himself in a podium place. Again, no full course cautions. We have local cautions, but we do not have full course cautions here tonight. So far, though, everybody doing a good job. But again, you have to be on your A game here tonight. You cannot make a mistake. If you do, it will cost you a lot, and possibly the race if you're up front battling for the lead. So a lot on the line here. Can the 46 catch the 24? Or the 30? He got by the 00. That was what he needed to do. Now can he take advantage of this and catch up to the rest of these? As there goes the 24, going to get a little loose, but he will recover from it very well. All right, we again want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. While you watch these leaders, we're going to zoom out here just a little bit so you can watch this battle starting to happen here. Since we don't have any cautions, we're going to go non-stop here. If we see something major happening, we'll come back here. But pit stops should be coming up here shortly, so we're going to go non-stop here on VRN with a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as it has been an exciting race. Ooh, Chris White getting way out of shape there, as Jeff Stabnow had just fallen back there to 4th place while we were there. So again, not sure what happened there. Let's see if we can take a look, and we'll see exactly what happened to him. As right there is what happened. He gets it a little loose, brings it around. That's going to let the 46 Sean Brightsman get by him. So that is what's happened to the 24. Then the 30, or the 00 was battling. The 30 gets away, as we'll go back to live. And there, once again, having to lock those tires up to try to get around the corner, as Chris White is ahead of him at the moment, trying to get back to a podium finish here. Those tires are probably shot at this point with 18 laps on them. We'll see. Ooh, as the 23 David Applegate goes off into the grass, that'll put a little dirt on those tires. That is going to hinder him here just a little bit here tonight. So we'll be waiting to see how this works out for him. We're going to go back up to the front here. We're going to zoom out just a little bit here so you can get a better feel. That is now the battle for third position. And we're going to go up here to this battle, though. That's what we really want to watch. You're watching the 46 of Sean Brightsman and the 30 of James Paulson. 0.7 off of each other. It was as close as 0.2 there for a while. These guys are getting very close together. We may see a potential lead change here shortly, as Paulson has led every lap so far except for one. Sean Brightsman did lead the first lap because he did start on pole. So he led that lap. Ever since Paulson has taken over, he has not relinquished this lead. We'll see, though. This is going to get very interesting once pit stops come into play. That will change the whole dynamic of this. When you come down pit road, do you come down with the guy in front of you? Do you stay out of lap? Oh, is Jeff Stabnow getting a little out of shape there? What a save. Let's go back and look at that very quickly here. As you're watching the 24 and the 00 Chris White, that was very scary. If you're the 00, we almost had a big contact there. Just the 24 getting a little loose. Coming out of that corner, as you'll see, coming into the start-finish line right here. He's on the outside of the 00 Chris White, and right there, we very well could have seen a wreck. Luckily, he was already behind him a little ways. I thought he was in front of him, but he was not. So we'll go back up to live, a little into the grass there, it looks like, but we'll see. There is your battle for the lead, though. Sean Brightsman, James Paulson, they were almost bumper to bumper. Now it's back down to 0.383 seconds. It's been as close as 0.1 second. These guys are just really duking it out here tonight. The question is, who will come out victorious and win this race? You're watching two very powerful drivers, as the 46 Sean Brightsman's going to shove it into the inside. He will send it, so put the stamp on it. It's sent, and he will officially lead his second lap here at Sonoma Raceway on lap 20. Next time by will be the official halfway point. Will we come in for fuel here in the next few laps? Never mind. Jeff Stabnow's coming in right now to take fuel, as well as Josh Coley coming down at pit road. So two drivers coming down. We'll check in with Jeff Stabnow to see if he gets a clean stop. He will indeed, and they have fast repairs. The question is, will he use it? It should have already kicked into effect, so it doesn't look like he's going to. Very interesting there. I thought he would probably use it, but no, he is not going to use it, and he's going to get off pit road, and it looks like Josh Coley is going to take 4 tires and fuel, so he's in his pit stall now. And of course, Brad Barnes already pit. William Fletcher coming down pit road as well. So a lot of guys coming down to make their stops. Josh Coley coming off the pit road right there is the blue cone. You have to be careful coming out of pit road. That will cycle these guys out once again, and we'll see how it all shuffles out. Sean Brightsman is now your leader. He's been leader now for his second lap, coming up on third. He does not come down pit road, though, so he will shuffle a couple of these guys a lap down. Not all of them. William Fletcher, Corey Walters, they are currently one lap down. Nobody else is, just a very few of them. Chris White coming down pit road to make his stop here on lap 21. We'll watch and make sure this is a stop here, as Corey Walters taking his stop, and on the spot he stops, and he will take those tires on the right side, really take left side tires. I imagine he probably will. No reason he shouldn't. He is going to take him right there, as you just saw Corey Walters go by. And there he is, off and running. Once again, David Applegate has not come down. Chris Walters has not come down. Stephen Paulson has not come down just yet. Sean Brightsman has not come down. Your race leader, he is coming up on the last little bit here. He is coming to the long straightaway. Well, the question is, will he go in? He does not come in. However, there are some takers coming in. There you see right there James Paulson coming in. I'm not sure who that is behind him coming in. The 73 going to come down as well. So Stephen Paulson on pit road. Dan Wenenberg on pit road. James Paulson, who was your second place car, still technically in second place. John Ottenbacher coming down pit road as well, so he's coming down. Everybody has just about come down except for David Applegate and Sean Brightsman. Again, staying out, counting on the caution is not going to happen. There are no cautions here tonight. So this is an interesting strategy here. Sean Brightsman, though, is still out on the track. If this all cycles out, it looks like James Paulson will take the lead back. We'll see as he's going to get passed there by the 73 of Dan Wendenberg, but he is one lap down. Here comes the 24, Jeff Stabnow. Now he's your race leader at the moment, or will be anyway, after Sean Brightsman makes his pit stop. So this could get very interesting here as we are in the closing laps. We're on lap 22 of 40. We still have a lot of racing to go. However, we are past the halfway point, and you can just see those brake rotors glowing there, how red they are. These guys are using and abusing those brakes right now. So there you see it again, how orange and red they are. Absolutely obliterating those brake rotors here tonight as they are just using them so heavily. Sean Brightsman, though, coming down pit road. This will give the lead to Jeff Stabnow. He will officially lead a lap. So let's take a look here. If he takes the lead, he's already a chase driver. He started 5th. He's been as low as 5th. And, of course, his highest is 2nd. That's where he's at right now. He's coming to the line. Will he beat Sean Brightsman off pit road to officially lead this race? We're about to find out. There he is. Sean Brightsman coming off the pit road, and so far he does not. He does not beat him off pit road, and Sean Brightsman did lead that lap as well. So this could get very interesting. Can he get by him? While Sean Brightsman does have fresher tires, this cycled out perfectly for him, but he's not up to speed yet. That's the only downside to coming in later. Because he came in later, he just getting off, he does not have the speed, but I think he's going to be able to have time to get it before anything else or anybody can get to him. So this is what we're going to be watching to see. Can the 46 get up to pace here before the 24 of Jeff Stabnow or the 30 of James Paulson can get to him? Not much going on here in the way of positions trading, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that off your screen and just let you enjoy the racing here. So again, we're going to go silent here for just a minute as you're watching the 24, now the 30, try to battle here. Let's zoom out just a little bit, and we're going to go silent here and just let you enjoy these cars for a lap or so and just watch how they get around this track. All right, we are back there as you see the 24 getting a little squirmy. That is not what he wants to see right now. So he's going to fall to 3rd place as James Paulson will get by him there. And that has been a product of this race all along. We heard it in practice. We heard it all week during the test and tune sessions / practice. This setup on this track is just a complete nightmare. It's a handful. It's hard to deal with, so definitely not the ideal setup here. Come Wednesday night, you will see a whole different ball game as Chris White almost gets into the wall there. Come Wednesday night with the trucks, they are open setup. They will tune their own trucks here. So we'll be watching to see that as you see a battle starting to brew here between the 33 of Josh Coley and the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Two very fierce competitors here. Let's go ahead and pull up one more thing here. We'll pull up our ticker back for you here. And let's pull up a ticker you have not seen here. This is our chase ticker. So anyone that you see that has that little thing that says chase driver, they are in the chase here as of the last week's race. So you'll get an idea for everyone that has locked themselves into that race. Definitely quite a few drivers. We've had I believe 7 different winners here this season. It's been quite a few here, so we'll give you just a minute to look at that. And we do have another feature here tonight that we want you to see, of course, we'll go ahead and pull that up here in just a second, as we will switch over to it now. There it is. It is our wins tracker, our ticker here. So anyone that you see that has a little green and white checkered square by their name, that indicates they have won a race here this season. So make sure you check it out there. As you see, Stabnow and White both have one. They have a win. Coley has a win here on the season. So anyone that has that little green dot does, or the green checker thing, does have a win here on the season. We'll leave that up here for just a little bit. Definitely thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. I know it's a late night broadcast, but we definitely appreciate you all hanging in there with us for this broadcast. We'll put your ticker interval back up there. Sean Brightsman, your race leader. He has led 8 laps. Paulson 17. Stabnow couldn't quite get to the lead officially here in this race, but he's already locked in, so he's fine. So we'll take a look here to that driver bar. Your race leader, Sean Brightsman, does not have a win on the season. He is not locked into the chase. So he would love to lock himself into that chase. As we'll get rid of that and pull up his stats here for the 2018 Season 2 season stats. He has had 8 starts. Not sure why that is showing him with the win. 0 poles. If he had a win, he should be in the chase. But something not pulling up right there. But again, those stats may not be 100% accurate. But we are working on stuff. We do have some bugs to work out here, as he does not have a win here in the season. If I'm the end of YouTube, is we have reconnected. So hopefully everyone's still there with us. YouTube not cooperating here tonight. That was not on our end. Again, we are having major connection issues here tonight that are on the end of YouTube, not on our end, as it's having a hard time staying connected to the server. So we do apologize for that. But looks like we are losing a few people, so hang in there with us. It is showing it's good on our end at the moment. But here is the battle between Jeff Stabnow and Chris White, putting on a good show here, as hopefully it does straighten out for everyone there. It looks like it's good on our end. Let us know if you're having any issues. But definitely some serious issues on the YouTube side of things here tonight. Just recently anyway, as there's Chad finally popping back up for us, as we were unable to see that for just a few moments. And right now, we got guys all over the place. You still got Dell Winenberg and Corey Walters battling for 10th position. So those two side by side. Make sure, of course, if you have not already and you like this race, hit that thumbs up button. I know drivers aren't side by side like you see on short track racing. This is a road course, though. So these guys are battling right now. That is Jeff Stabnow. Still hanging in there. He's in 3rd place right now. He'd love to get by James Paulson and make it a 1-2 finish for Wicked Chassis Racing, but so far just has not been able to do so with that little bit of damage he has. But so does James Paulson. He's got some damage. It looks like he used his fast repair on that last stop, so Jeff Stabnow did not use his fast repair. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to use it, as we're not going to have any cautions. They shouldn't come down pit road again, as we're coming up here. We're at 12 laps to go left in this race. We'll go ahead real fast and pull up your race stats here for tonight. Your fastest lap was a minute 14, 560. Wow, 564. And that was just recently run That was by Sean Brightsman, his fastest mile per hour here tonight. Keep in mind, these guys are not going very fast. And that's not entirely accurate. It's saying 94.8. I've seen people up to 112 around this, so that fastest mile per hour is not accurate at all. So I'm not sure why that is not accurate, but we'll look into that. Cautions is correct. We've had 0 cautions, 2 different lead changes. Your average lap speed is 75.310. I'm not sure how accurate that is either, as again we have seen people go quite faster than that here tonight. But Jeff Stabnow trying to get to the back bumper and then eventually pass the 30 of James Paulson, just not quite there. Chris White sitting in 3rd, Josh Coley sitting in 5th place right now. Can he get up there and make something happen? Right now, there is your race leader, Sean Brightsman, who has dominated since he took the lead. He has pulled away to an 8.86 second lap lead. So what a lead for him. No battling going on for him at the moment, as we'll see. Let's go here. Let's go to Sean Brightsman as he is coming up to the line here. Let's go on the roll bar. Let's go on board, and we'll go radio silent for 1 lap here around this track with the 46 of Sean Brightsman. All right, we are back, and it is less than 10 laps to go here in your race. Sean Brightsman is still out front here. We're going to go back just a little ways. Jeff Stabnow still trying to run down the 30. Just hasn't been able to get there since he relinquished that spot after getting a little loose. That damage definitely playing a toll on his car, I think, even though it's not all about speed. It is definitely showing its wear. Right behind him, though, Chris White is starting to close that gap between him and Jeff Stabnow. Can he get up there and make something happen? A little behind them, though, is Josh Coley, and he is well behind. 19 seconds is the gap between first and second, and it's growing ever so, as we're up to about 20 seconds, actually 32 seconds between the leader and Josh Coley, 20 seconds between your 4th and 5th place drivers right now. So a lot of stuff going on here. There is, of course, that just now. Let's go back here a little ways. There's David Applegate, someone who just came back racing, hadn't been here in quite some time, and these guys back here are putting on a little bit of a show back here. Again, everybody's really spread out at the moment here. Not a too terribly lot going on at the moment, as we're on lap 33 of 40. So everyone getting nice and spread out at the moment. Let's go back here and see if we can't get a different angle here of everybody, so you can see everyone is just how far they spread out. That's 5th place. There's nobody around. Then you get a lap car, the 78, John Ottenbacher, currently right there coming to the line. So there's 6th place. 5th place is right there. You can't see him for the grandstands. There he is coming around. And you can see the elevation in this angle, how it goes uphill, downhill. Oh, as the 73 gets a little loose there, and the 33 of Josh Coley hard onto the brakes, almost gets the outside wall. But this angle really shows you the elevation here while they're locking up those brakes extremely hard, and you can see just how crazy this track is, where it's uphill, downhill, left, right. You never know what you're getting when you come to this track. As you see the 33 going downhill now to a long little straightaway going to the S's here, and then you will see him come out of the S's onto this little straightaway. Right there's where the drag strip is. You come around here, he has to really lock up these brakes and try not to get into those tires, as he does a good job of that. And right there we'll come around the 10th and final corner and to the start finish line right there. We're coming up on what will be 5 to go here in 2 laps. We are on lap 34 of 40. Let's get down with these drivers though. Who will come out victorious? I think it's probably going to be Sean Brightsman that'll get this win. We'll see though. He's got a lap car of the 28 of William Fletcher in front of him. I don't think that lap car is going to pose much of a problem for him here, as there's nobody even around him at the moment to really pose a factor. And there's second place, third place, and fourth place. That's really going to be where we're going to hang tight here between second or third and fourth. As I think Chris White may have something for Jeff Stabnow. We'll see. It's going to be 5 to go on this next time by. I'm just not confident that he has enough to get by him. But Chris White definitely pushing forward here, as we'll pull that bar up one more time. He started second. He's highest was third. Still not showing the lowest time for him for some reason. Obviously that should be fourth, as that is where he's at right now. So again, I'm not sure why this is not updating properly. We'll have to readdress some things here once it's all said and done. We'll take a look here. There's his stats. 9 starts, 1 win, 1 pole, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s. Points, I'm not showing why it shows 1 there for him, as we will have to address that. That is not accurate either. So we'll see. He is a chase driver due to his win. So we have a little bit of work we have to do here to get some stuff ironed out. But currently running in fourth place is the 00 now of Chris White. He was formerly the 35, but he has changed his number here. It is now 5 laps to go for Sean Brightsman here at Sonoma Raceway. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Walls Beard Co. No Shave November 100 here at Sonoma Raceway on Virtual Racing Network. I, of course, am your host, Charles, here for tonight. We are still looking for a second chair, just haven't found him yet. It is a late night broadcast, so we'll go ahead and pull that up so you can see exactly where everybody is here in this race. Been a good one, to say the least. We will be watching to see where everybody stacks up. Sean Brightsman, though, has led 18 laps. He now has led 1 more than James Paulson, so he is the most laps led driver here tonight, and he's actually running down the 36 now of Chris Walters. He may put him a lap down before this is all said and done. If he can catch him here, that is the question. If he can, he already put the 28 a lap down. We currently only have 7 drivers on the lead lap. Very interesting there. And actually, Chris Walters is already a lap down, so we'll see. I don't expect them to be too big here. I think he'll probably let him by. No need in battling with 4 laps to go. You're already a lap down. There's no cautions. You're not going to get that lap back. So there's really no point in battling too hard for that position. We'll see if he does let him by very hard, as he is going to pull it over there and let him by. So very respectable of any driver to do so, even though you want to battle as hard as you can. He's going to let him by. And he'll also let William Fletcher by, who is also 1 lap down. Corey Walters won that down, so that was a battle for position there. Let him by. I don't know if I'd have let him by, but definitely would have let the 46 by. James Paulson and Jeff Stabnow, those two are where we're going to hang out here with 4 laps to go. Going to be 3 to go at the line, as that's where we're coming up here shortly. Can the 24 of Jeff Stabnow get by the 30 of James Paulson to take second place back? I'm not 100% sure he can. We'll see. Right there coming to the line, though. 3 laps to go, and there comes second and third place. This is where it's going to get tricky for anyone that's not familiar with this. If the 24 can use one of these lap cars as a pick, he could potentially get around him with only 3 laps to go. It would make him have to plan it out perfectly if you're James Paulson to try to get back by. So we'll see. Will the 24 use one of these lap cars to his advantage, or will he just try to get by him the old-fashioned way and muscle his way by and just be faster? We'll see. He's going to try it to the outside, and the 36 is going to let him go. So, Jeff Stabnow spinning it out in third place. That is going to let Chris White by. Will Josh Coley have enough time to get by as well? Jeff Stabnow spinning it out, losing the third place back to fourth. That is not what he wanted to see here with 3 laps to go, and that is going to put a 12 or almost 4-second gap between him and Chris White. Now, Chris White in third place. Bad news for Jeff Stabnow. That is, again, devastating after having a decent run here tonight. Wasn't a winning car, I don't think, but he had the run here for it, and that may secure that. There it is, 2 laps to go here in the Walls Beard Co. No Shave November 100. Very, very disappointing finish here for Jeff Stabnow. Again, only 1 spot less, but still, at the end of the day, he would have loved to had a solid top 3 finish. Had a car I thought possibly maybe could have got a win if the circumstances were right. He almost had the lead, but I think Sean Brightsman and James Paulson were just too dominant here tonight to overcome 2 very fast drivers. I'm not sure on James Paulson. I believe he's a very good road racer. Obviously, he's showing that he is here tonight, but I believe he is a big road racer. We know Sean Brightsman is a avid road racer and very good at it at that, as he is coming to the line here to officially take the 1 lap to go. So we'll see, can he make anything else? Can anybody else make anything happen here tonight? We will see. It is officially 1 to go here, presented by Northwest Racing Series, the very league we are broadcasting here tonight. Sean Brightsman just under 2 miles away from putting it in victory lane. This is, again, for anyone that's just happened to be tuning in. Hopefully you've been here all night. You're watching the Wolves Beard Co. No Shave November 100 here on Virtual Racing Network, as they are coming to the line here shortly. And it will be your race winner. Probably going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman, unless something drastic happens. I don't think that's going to happen, though. And nobody in your top 3 really putting on any good battles at the moment. They're all spread out thanks to a few spins here and pit stops happening. But the white flag is in the air. You see right there Sean Brightsman coming to what will be the last corner here as he's coming through the sharp turn, and they'll have the little bend here, and that will do it. He will probably put this thing in a victory lane here tonight, as we will go ahead and call him the winner right there. Sean Brightsman getting the win here tonight at Sonoma Raceway. We'll watch him do some celebrating here in just a few moments. Again, we don't have your normal results, so we'll go ahead and go through those results here for you. It's going to be coming away with the win, the 46 of Sean Brightsman. Second place will go to the 30 of James Paulson. Third place will be the 00 of Chris White. Fourth place will be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. And rounding out your 5th spot here tonight will be the 33 of Josh Coley. Sixth place will be Brian Barnes. Seventh place, John Ottenbacher. Eighth place will be William Fletcher. Ninth place, David Applegate. 10th place, Dell Windenberg. 11th place, Corey Walters. 12th place, Chris Walters. And 13th will go to Stephen Paulson. That will be your unofficial race results here for tonight. We'll go ahead and bring that back up and put your results on the thing. Those will scroll through and you can see exactly who is finishing where. And I'm not sure why there are just random points there here for tonight, as he's going to do some celebrating. So we will definitely take a look at that. And I'm, again, not sure why some of them have numbers by their names or some don't. Something we will have to look into. Those are going to be nothing here, so again, don't pay attention to those. And we're going to step away, get ready for your post-race show, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here. We will be talking to your top three, of course, starting with third place here. I had a top five car all night, and in the end, you get third, as Jeff Stabnow has a little bit of a bobble there, and that cost him one spot, and that is the spot you took from him here with 2 laps to go. So first off, congrats on third place, squeaking that in there. And second of all, what was this car like for you here? We know we heard it was crazy, that nobody liked this track. So for a track that nobody, including yourself, really cared for, to finish third, what is your take on this track now?
You know, Charles, I like road course racing. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely fun, but it's a challenge. Like I said in that pre-race interview, it's definitely a challenge. It's a workout out here. Left and right turns, downshifting, upshifting, just hitting your marks, you know, in each of the 11 corners. It's tough. It's tough out here. And the car was fast, very fast, but I can't say that I had anything for that 46. And I'm not sure what happened with Jeff, if he ran out of gas or not, but I think I caught him spinning right there. So his misfortune became our fortune tonight.
It did indeed, and you know, sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good. You've already got a win, so you're not really worried about getting locked in, but definitely overall a good finish here for you. So you can't be complaining about that too much. But again, it's a late night here. A lot of people have work tomorrow, so we don't want to keep y'all here too long. So that being said, we'll cut right to it here. Wasn't a whole lot going on. It was spread out. We did have some little beating and banging going on there at the start, as we saw some fenders torn up. But overall, very clean race, caution free, of course, since it's a road course. So who are those sponsors and shout outs you want to give for that third place finish?
Yeah, once again, got Simsol Motorsports on the hood. The 00 Chevy Camaro ran good tonight. I've always had to thank you guys up there, VRN, doing the broadcast week in, week out. You're second to none. It's good stuff. And definitely got to shout out to Mark Walls there with Walls Beard Co. I keep hearing, I don't have a beard, but I keep hearing he's got these great products. So check them out. Check out the website. Get some if you got a beard. And yeah, we'll look forward to next week. I believe we go to Pocono, I think it is.
I believe that is correct, and we're looking forward to it. And also, we're looking forward to talking to our second place finisher here tonight. That is the 30 of James Paulson. I believe the first time we've got to talk to you here in the booth. So first off, we didn't get to talk to you pre-race coming into tonight. So same question. We hear a 50-50 split. Half of the people absolutely love this track. Other people despise it and want to apparently turn it into a golf course. So what are your thoughts on this track coming into it and now after finishing second place here?
I like the track okay. I do like road racing. It was a challenge, though, keeping the car under me the whole time. I was just trying to be smooth, and Jeff was putting a lot of pressure on, and I try to just kind of stay smooth and stay on track was my goal, and ended up giving me my best finish yet in the series. So it was a pretty good night.
Definitely was a fantastic night here for you. We got to ask those tough questions here that nobody else wants to ask. You had a really fast car here. Ended up being a huge gap, though, 4.9 seconds between yourself and Sean Breitzman. Had pit stops worked out a little different, maybe even a little closer. You think you had anything for Sean Breitzman?
Oh, probably not. I struggled a little bit on ultimate pace. I was just trying to be consistent.
Well, consistency definitely is how you win championships, so definitely nothing to be disappointed with there. But same question, of course, so before we let you go here, do you have any sponsors you need to thank and anyone you just want to give a shout-out to out there watching?
I just want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast and Jeff and the crew for putting the series on. It's been a lot of fun so far. It's my first time doing it, so.
All right, well, again, congrats on finishing in second place. And our winner here for tonight led 23 laps. What a race here. We were wondering if Jeff Stabnow was going to beat you off pit road when you went down pit road. You actually got past him while you were on pit road. You still stayed in the front and continued to lead this race. We already knew coming in that everyone deems you the road course king or guy or whatever you want to call the title, as you're good here on road courses. So I believe this is not your first win at a road course since we've been broadcasting. So how does it feel to be putting it back in victory lane here at Sonoma?
It feels great to get a second win here in Xfinity Series. First, I think road course win for me in the Xfinity Series. So overall, just a great night. Had a grip, a bobble there, and gassed it up a little too much and sent it through the pay or the dirt, and had to kind of recoup and slowly work away on these fast cars here that were in front of us for a while.
Definitely, there was a lot going on. You had a lot of cars to get through there with the lap cars. Most of them looked like got out of the way pretty easy. But again, such a huge gap. As we keep coming to the same question. Is this a track you didn't care for, you don't mind, and has your opinion of this track changed here after getting the win?
I love road courses. Even if we didn't run Sonoma was tough tonight. We had a setup that you had to be real easy on the throttle. Would spin the tires and just loop you out real quick. So overall, I love road courses. Of course, after getting the win tonight, I still love road courses. It's always fun to take one of these NASCAR Xfinity Series cars and run the road course with them. It's just a blast.
It definitely is a blast, especially to watch y'all out there racing. But same thing, we don't want to keep y'all here too late. It is a work night for a lot of people. So that being said, of course, we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be here for tonight's victory?
I got to thank Walls Beard Co. for putting on the No Shave November 100 here. And Walls Beard Co., of course, sponsoring the race rig, and Wicked Chassis Racing, Highway, New Leader, and Virtual Racing Network for putting on these great broadcasts for us to watch afterwards. Thanks for everything, Charles, and
All right, again, congrats on the win. Before we wrap it up here tonight, we need to thank the sponsors as well. Here for the race, of course, ourselves, VRN, and give a big shout out to Walls Beard Co., who sponsored this race and the series, as well as doubling for the broadcast. Big shout out to them, as well as the Northwest Racing Series, Ohio IndyCar League, Sim Speed Shop, and for somehow not getting into the overlays here tonight, of course, you can't forget iBog, iRacing, Broadcast, Overlay Graphics. Make sure you check out all of these great partners and sponsors on their respectable websites and Facebook pages. That being said, we are done here for tonight. We will see you tomorrow night with the Race Core series, and then we will have a double header, 2 races on Wednesday, and then we will be done for the week until Sunday. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you at the next race.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.